Hi, I'm Danny, and welcome to this classical guitar DVD. In this DVD, we're going to take a look at 6 classical pieces, with the goal being to enable guitarists of all styles to play some classical guitar. I myself come from more of a rock guitar background, but classical music has been a huge influence on many of the guitarists who have influenced me. So in this DVD, we're going to go back to the original source of that inspiration. But before we get to the songs, I think there's some techniques we should talk about, and also the guitar itself. The classical guitar is also known as a nylon string guitar because the top 3 strings are made out of nylon, which give it a unique sound. The neck is wider and flatter than on steel string acoustic guitars or on electric guitars, which allows for greater string spacing, which can be a big help when playing fingerstyle guitar. Now, when you see a piece of traditional classical music, the fingers are referred to in Spanish names. I'm not going to embarrass myself by trying to pronounce them, but the thumb is referred to as P, first finger is I, middle finger M, ring finger A. So we have P, I, M, A. Let's put those to use. Try putting all 4 of those fingers on the G string. Your thumb naturally comes in front of the other 3 fingers. The other 3 fingers are naturally curved a little bit. That's a good angle to start with. The wrist is elevated 3 or 4 inches above the guitar. Now let's try shifting. Put your thumb on the A string, first finger on the G, middle finger on the B, third finger on the high E string. And that's a good basic starting position. Thumb over the sound hole, first finger over the sound hole, middle finger on the edge, ring finger just slightly off of the sound hole. Of course, we can move to create different sounds, but this is a good general starting position. So if we were to play an A minor chord, let's say the open A string, 2nd fret D, 2nd fret G, 1st fret B, open E, and we just try and pluck the chord. That's what the hand would look like. We can also arpeggiate the chord, which means play 1 note at a time. Hand should be nice and relaxed. And you can try and reversing that arpeggio. So from the A string, try coming back, E, B, G. Now in fingerstyle guitar, there are 2 basic strokes we need to be aware of with the right hand. One is known as the free stroke, and the other is the rest stroke. We've been using the free stroke when playing this A minor chord and when arpeggiating the chord. This is where the fingers remain curved and just come off of the string before returning back to strike the next note. The other stroke is the rest stroke. A rest stroke is used to play single note lines or to bring out melodies from arpeggios. The rest stroke we can dig in a little bit harder. And what this is, if I play the high E string, let's say with the first finger, I can then follow through to the B string and rest on the B string. And that's known as a rest stroke. The fingers are a little more straight when playing the rest stroke. So here's an exercise to get you started. Let's take that same A minor chord, arpeggiate from the A string, back from the E to the B to the G, then play the D string, arpeggiate upwards. Those are all free strokes. And let's follow this with 4 rest strokes with the B string. We'll play with the first finger, middle finger, first finger, middle finger. So the whole exercise would sound like this. right, let's tune up. Here's the low E string. Followed by, drum roll please, the A string. Here's the D. And of course, the G string. The B string. And here's the high E string. So all of the songs in this DVD will have this tuning, with the exception of Joy of Man's Desiring, which will have a drop D tuning. So we'll tune at the beginning of that song. So there you go. There's your tuning notes. One more thing I'd like to point out. When playing classical guitar, often we're playing bass lines and melody lines simultaneously. And this can put a great strain on the left hand. So what classical guitarists do is they use either a footstool to elevate the left leg, or what I have here, a little pillow for the guitar. So instead of being down here, the guitar is elevated, so my left hand is now at a better angle to try and perform some of these pieces. Okay, so if you're feeling good, go ahead and flip through the DVD menu, pick a song, and enjoy it.